Images show you, this is the arrow obviously pointing to it, but there are 3 dots on here. One is red, one is green, one is blue.
Right.
What's significant?
So this is the actual discovery image. Basically, 2 astronomers were looking one little patch of sky very, very far away, looking for exactly this kind of thing. Stars don't move. Planets or anything that's like a planet does. So this is color-coded. This is what they saw on different nights. They're looking for one thing moving. They color-coded it to show that all these stars are staying still. This thing is moving, and the way it's moving...
So this is just one...
It's one object, color-coded.
Is Pluto on this?
Pluto's in a whole different part of the sky.
So this is unbelievable. Why does this matter, Corey?
Well, there are 2 ways you can look at it. I think I look at it, first of all, as an exploration question. That there, we know where we are on Earth. We've mapped our planet. Our solar system is still terra incognita. It's full of surprises. This object is something that astronomers said shouldn't even be there. There's a whole other solar system beyond the planets that we know that are full of these things that are sort of planets, sort of comets. Some of them they call dwarf planets. That's what they're calling this one. What we're seeing is, we're seeing our neighborhood. We're seeing what's around us. And then the second part is, we're seeing where we came from.
Mm-hmm. What is a dwarf planet?
So a dwarf planet, the fact that you hear weird terms like that is actually scientists saying, there are things out there we don't really understand. It's a dwarf planet is kind of a catch-all term for something. It's round like a planet. It sort of looks like a planet, but it doesn't orbit in a regular way like all the planets that we knew growing up.
Would this be part of our solar system?
So it's part of our solar system.
Would it be outside?
It's a whole new zone. They're calling it the inner Oort cloud. You don't really need to know that. All you need to know is there really are these 2 solar systems. There's the solar system with the classical planets, and then there's this whole other zone that we haven't explored. Mm-hmm. And now they're saying because of how this new dwarf planet moves, that there may actually be an even bigger planet, something bigger than the Earth.
Well, I guess that's the point I was going to, because you study this all the time. Is that why it's so significant? Because there's more beyond that?
There's more beyond that, and then there's more beyond that. I mean, I think what we're seeing is,
okay.
If you watch the show Cosmos, I've been kind of glued to that. And in the last episode, they were talking about the discovery of comets and the discovery of our place in the solar system. We're still learning that. We're still learning this right now.
Harris Township, stating that they have this goo all over everything, their boats, their houses, their cars, the streets, I mean, you name it. Initially, these people thought that this was coming from the birds. But upon closer inspection, it turns out to be this black goo, similar to a tar-type substance. So there's 26,000 people in this area where this is just raining down all across the place, coming down from the sky, and so far they don't have an answer for it. But as of right now, it remains a mystery until we get some test results. This black goo that is raining down in Michigan.
Did you hear a loud boom earlier today? Several people heard and felt a loud noise around 12:30 Central Time this afternoon. News Channel 7's Tyler Allender joins us live in the studio. And Tyler, is any word on what it was?
Ron, with Tyndall, Eglin, and NSA Panama City nearby, we're no stranger to loud booms from time to time. This particular one seems to be a mystery, though, but I heard and felt it. As of now, there's no official word on the source. Law enforcement doesn't believe it's criminal. Many of you called our newsroom and left comments on our Facebook pages, and here's what some of you said. Barbara was wondering what the big boom was. Debbie said the houses on her street shook. Tiffany was also curious. Enid said she heard what sounded to her like an explosion in the Grand Lagoon area. Houses shook and even tripped the breakers.
All over Carter County took to social media about a loud boom that shook their homes and workplaces around 10:15 this morning.
News 12's Amy Jensen spoke with Air Force bases about what might have caused it.
The whole building shook. I felt the boom, and then it just like roared. I was here waiting on a customer, and all of a sudden there was this huge, what I thought was an explosion.
Jadine Fackrell was at work when she heard the boom. She says everyone inside at the Oklahoma Pecan Company ran outside.
The building, the windows rattled, It felt like it shook, although we're on a concrete foundation. No smoke, no fire, no sirens. Don't know what it was.
Imagine for a second being woken up by what sounds like a cannon outside your window. Well, that's how a lot of people are describing a mysterious boom in the Huntington area.
When you hear something so loud it shakes your home, you expect you'll find something when you look out your window or start talking to people in your neighborhood. But that's not the case with the booms heard all across Huntington last night.
So I ran to the back door and looked out, but I didn't see anything.
It rattled the windows, shook the walls, and it jolted the doors. But it didn't leave a trail.
What in the world is going on?
It's what a lot of people in Huntington have been wondering.
All I heard was a big boom. Anytime there's something like this that happens where there's no real evidence to prove where the sound came from.
We've heard Jesus is coming. We've heard lots of things.
So, I've been hearing some strange noises outside now for a bit. I'll open the window and show you. It's really strange. Listen. I don't know what it is, but it's starting to freak me out a bit. I don't like it. It's been happening every kind of 10 minutes, half an hour. But there it is again. I don't know what it is, but there's been some strange cloud formations. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but it's freaking me out.
800 miles from the North Pole in Norway, there's a seed vault called Svalbard. It contains the seed of nearly every plant variety in the world. Often called the Doomsday Vault, it is used as a last resort in case a region suffers from a catastrophic event, wiping out its food supply. No seeds have ever been removed from the vault, but serious war may change that. The Norway Vault is like the Noah's Ark of the world's food supply. It contains duplicate samples from the regional seed banks located around the globe. The U.S., for instance, has 800,000 seed deposits in a lab in Fort Collins, Colorado. The facility that stores much of the Middle East's seed supply has been based in Aleppo, Syria. It contains the most valuable collection of barley in the world. The facility's international researchers fled the war in 2012. Those researchers are now asking for the Doomsday Vault to be opened so they can start over in Beirut. This would be the first withdrawal from the Doomsday Vault. If anything happens to the seeds, once they're released, much of the region's biodiversity could go extinct.